let's talk about how this was color graded. All right, guys, so jumping into DaVinci here is just a short film that I filmed recently, but this whole project I color graded in Dehancer. This was my first experience using Dehancer. It was the first time that I had messed with any plugins. So I guess before we even jump into how I color graded this, we should kind of talk about what Dehancer is. Dehancer is a film emulation plugin that allows for you to get your digital footage looking as close to actual film, really as possible. It's an extremely powerful tool that works in DaVinci, Premiere, Final Cut, and I believe they even have some photo editing softwares as well. They also have a mobile app, but I didn't have time to experiment with that. Let's just jump into a few clips here and look at what Dehancer actually does. So the next shot we're gonna look at is just this close-up shot of my eyes. I'm just gonna walk you through my process for grading through Dehancer. So obviously this looks quite a bit different than the first. So we're gonna have to make some significant changes here, and that's all right. This first edit, obviously much warmer, lots of yellows. So we are going to bump the warmth, make it a bit yellow, up the exposure a little bit. I'm gonna pull it here. We're gonna add some color boost, add some color separation, correct the gamma a bit. I think we're a little too hot on that warmth there. And might need to bring the exposure down a bit. Let's enable this, enable the film compression, adjust the color density, adjust the tonal range, get that white point. All right, now let's adjust the print. You can do a lot of stuff in this little print box here. Color density is a really powerful tool. These all just kind of work really cohesively, and I'm not 100% sure why this block works really well, but they work great together. So we're gonna mess with them a bit, drop that exposure a little, add some tonal contrast. That looks good, and I think we're still rocking a little warm there. All right, add some halation. I like a decent bit of halation, especially on these shots with some sun. I think it looks really nice. Add some bloom, keep the grain on, just drop it down a bit. And we are finished. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see how it looks in comparison to the original. This is the original then. And this is the second edit we just did. So pretty close. This is a bit more saturated, a bit more yellow, a bit more warm. But you can see, you get that really nice looking grain and a soft bit of halation. It's a nice looking image. So what are my final thoughts on Dehancer, and will I continue using this tool? If I haven't made it clear yet, yes, I will continue using Dehancer in all of the rest of my projects for the foreseeable future, and I love it. I give it a 10 out of 10. Since I have started grading in Dehancer, my color grading has taken a complete turn upwards. My footage is looking 10 times better than it ever has, and I am absolutely in love with the way Dehancer is producing my images. It looks absolutely outstanding. There's very few downsides to Dehancer, but I have two main ones. The biggest being the price. Last I checked, Dehancer is sitting at $449, which is a hefty price for a color grading tool when DaVinci Resolve Studio has almost everything that Dehancer does, but for a lot less of a price, and you get an entire editing suite as well. That's the biggest hurdle, I would say, but if you are a professional filmmaker and you really want that filmic look, I think these tools justify the price difference because of the quality difference they give you. The second issue I've had with Dehancer is lag when you have grain enabled. I have a 2023 MacBook Pro, M2 Pro, pretty much fully loaded. It's maybe one level under the fully loaded Mac. And in a 4K timeline in DaVinci, when I enable grain, I get some lag In a 24 frame timeline, it usually drops to about 15 to 16, 15, 14 to 15 frames per second. My workaround is just adding grain as the very last step. Doing that, I don't really have any issues because then I don't have to worry about lag. If you guys want to check out Dehancer, lucky for you, because you can get 10% off with my discount. You can use code RED at checkout to get 10% off. Go check out Dehancer, code RED at checkout. It's an awesome plugin. Enjoy it.